Wipe those tears away, baby girl, Poppy's back. Now, in my absence, my PC was getting pounded by work files like it was a scene straight off the browser's website, and in the process, I accidentally deleted about 95% of my footage for this video. So outside of the very infrequent piece of footage, I literally re-recorded all of the footage to try and make it go with the audio, since I recorded the audio when I actually had the footage still. So long story short, I tried to make this video work despite not having any of the footage anymore, so hopefully it all makes sense. Okay, welcome, take a seat and let's jump in. Guys, we're back with episode 10, but because episode 10 is supposed to be me killing Jad, we're just gonna call this episode 9.5. But I'm still gonna put episode 10 in the title for the clicks, because people aren't gonna click if they see 9.5. It's like when IGN rates a video game 9.5 out of 10. You're just like, you're thinking like, hey devs, what the fuck? You could go a little extra distance to make yourself a 10 out of 10 game? Like, are you kidding me? Instant no buy from the goose. I'm just kidding, man. IGN can lick my taint. The reviews are so bad, but real talk, let's calibrate a little bit, because we're leading up to the fight of our lives, okay? Me versing Jad and all of his little bitch boys. And I'm telling you right now, you can tell by Jad's physique that he's been hitting the squat rack a little bit, and he thinks it's to make his quads and glutes buffer, maybe just a little smidge more accentuated. But little does he know that putting on all that booty meat is the only thing stopping him from getting a Death Star-sized hole blasted right through his body from me clapping his cheeks. In this episode, we're chasing after extreme range XP gains for the aforementioned Jad clappage. No, we're not just training sand crabs, but yes, they're still in this video as well. What's this series all about, you ask? I'm going for every early 2000s MMO player's dream goal. Unless you didn't play Runescape, in which case, everything okay. You didn't get bullied in elementary school and have to resort to video games like I did. But if you did play Runescape, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going for the dream of achieving level 2277 overall. And here's the thing about my series. It's about turning dreams into a reality. Unless that dream is getting laid, because there's like no movement on that front. That is still very much a dream. The only problem with this series is at this point it may span generations. And hey, I was really hoping I'd be able to give my future child the freedom that he wants to make his own decisions. But at the rate I'm going with this series, I'm gonna be dead long before this account hits 2277, so naturally I'm gonna have to force my child to live up to the goals I can never achieve. I'm not proud of it, but yeah, I'm not sending that kid to school. He's got some XP gaining to do, okay? I'm just kidding, it's just a joke! Although, there is the whole COVID thing going on, so like, maybe I'm doing him a favor, you know? You don't have to go to school, you little shit, sit in front of the PC! Again, joking! Also, yes, I'm having a son, and no, I'm not having a daughter. That shit would be too stressful. Some punk-ass little bitch-ass still sits on the toilet when he goes to the washroom ass, wants to take my daughter's bra off ass. Those little shits are gonna show up at my door. They'll show up at my door one day and be like, "Sir, I wanna take your daughter on a date." And next thing I know, I black out and I wake up in prison and I'll be like, how did I end up here? And they'll be all like, "You beat the shit out of a 14-year-old boy for trying to take your daughter to go see Hairspray." And I'd be like, "Some little midget ass trying to take my daughter on a date, come here, motherfucker." And then what ensues is a scene straight out of Shawshank Redemption, and I just head first burrow a hole out of prison, make my way over to the movie theater, and then kick his ass again. You think prison can stop me, bitch? Yeah, I'm not having a daughter. Nuh-uh, dude. Anyways, where were we? Oh, that's right. I had just completed by far the hardest quest I'd ever encountered, which is called Ghosts Ahoy. This quest was supposed to be the means to an end for achieving level 75 range before unleashing hell on Jad, because I thought I'd go from the ridiculously overpopulated Krabby Patty Island to killing swamp crabs in Phantasmus. Plus, I looked up the range guide, just took a little peek, and swamp crabs were listed right under the crabs that are good for range training. So I do Ghosts Ahoy, thinking it would grant me access to Phantasmus, and I'd have easy access to these new crabs. But of course, I find out after completing the quest that these crabs aren't even inside Phantasmus. But it's okay, RuneScape is trying its best to give me that big mental breakdown, but joke's on you, bitch. I've had a girlfriend for the past 5 years. You ain't got shit compared to the emotional destruction she causes me, so my emotional fortitude is too strong, but at the same time, incredibly weak, like brittle. Oh shit, I called her my girlfriend. You guys, party foul, she's my fiance now. I put a ring on it, baby. I approach these crabs, excited to finally AFK some low defense enemies that have higher HP than sand crabs. I run up to these guys who look like they're having a little village tribunal, and they're probably like, "Our defenses are strong. We blend right in with the environment. hard to spot we are. And I just run in like, knock, knock, motherfucker. And at first, I'm just like confident this whole tribe will bum rush me because like, why would Wikipedia even mention these crabs under range training if they weren't good for range training? Unless the Wikipedia is as deceptive as a female saying she's just tired when you ask her what's wrong. Well, it turns out the Wikipedia is just as deceptive as a female saying she's tired when you ask her what's wrong. Because swamp crabs are the worst fucking mobs to train not just range, but any combat skill. Now, is it possible that we've actually found crabs that aren't dumber than a bag of hammers? Is it possible that these crabs are smarter than a 5th grader? Find out in next week's episode of the hit show by Fox Network, which has been canceled because it sucked, okay? Take that, you cocky little 5th graders. You're 10 years old and you're already a has-been. I couldn't accept that I just spent 15 hours figuring out a quest just to get no ranging XP benefit from it. So I gear up, ready to slice these crabs up so good that they can't even be sold as crab in the local fish markets. They get sold as imitation crab, suitable for a California roll, but not worth the markup price of a California roll with real crab. But these smarty pants are spaced out just enough so I can only aggro one crab at once, unless I run around. So if I kill one, I have to wait for him to respawn. No more clusters of crabs to mow down like on Sand Crab City. And on top of this, after a few kills from the one swamp crab I'm next to, he will de-aggro. So I'll have to reset the aggro by running away and coming back. I'm sorry, but I'm not my friend Matt. I'm not okay with only getting like 1000 XP in an hour of grinding. I leave in a huff, and I reach out to Wikipedia support to get the whole Runescape Wikipedia taken down like any Karen would. But I then realized I was being a Karen, so I logged into a PvP world to punish my behavior. I then submitted a report about the player who killed me for being so rude about it. I attempted to find ammonite crabs next, but I needed 153 kudos to get past the gate that would let me access the island they reside on. I don't even know what that means. And I still don't understand why Jagex hasn't granted me open access to all parts of the game when I'm raking in these outrageous sub numbers by promoting their game. I head back to the sand crabs. All my pride is gone. Yeah, that's not right. I lost my pride when I watched that furry video on that questionable website. Sometimes I truly feel like sand crabs get featured more in this series than my character ever has. Wait, maybe that was their plan all along. Maybe they've won after all. Man, shut the fuck up, Goose. Crabs don't win shit. Get a hold of yourself. I get back to Sand Crab Island, right? And I'm just like fighting for scraps. Oliver Twist got famous for being a little beta bitch boy, but another thing that helped his rise to stardom, he was very relatable. 3 server hops later, and I'm still fucking 3 crabbing it. Are you kidding me? I've made it very clear at the start of this series that the goal that matters even more than getting level 2277 is gaining enough fame that people will just vacate their spot whenever I show up at SpongeBob Island, and I can safely say that I'm about as popular as Jessica is from Love is Blind. Like, did I leave Mark on for an entire season like Jessica did? No, I did not. Am I getting treated like I did? Little bit, yeah. Seriously though, don't let your girlfriend convince you to watch that show. It'll start with you feeling guilty about enjoying it. You can tell how I'm using a bit more of a macho voice right now because I feel like I need to, compensate. Oh, that's a man voice right there, boys. For liking this amazing show. Shit, I didn't say, I don't like this show, okay? Don't get it twisted. But anyways, for the rest of you guys out there, it'll start with you feeling guilty about enjoying it. And it'll end with you downing a whole bottle of wine while you're screaming at the TV screen telling Mark how he needs to find someone that's not a snake like Jessica. And Giannina, you deserve better. And I could be that guy. Pfft, relax. I know I'm engaged now, but she doesn't watch my videos. My fiance will never know. I couldn't do it anymore. I'm so sick of getting 3 crabs. I gotta get out of here. Everyone's been on my case about this dwarf cannon, right? So I'm like, okay, I gotta do a quest. And you know, what quest is it? Honestly, it could be any of them. Hundreds of quests to... Oh no, this is probably it. I talked to Captain Logwaff to start the quest. He offers me a spot in the dwarf army ranks, like I should consider it some big honor that they'd consider human. Shut your stump-looking ass up! Like, please, you had to recruit me. How would you even fight people before I came along? What would you do? You just jump up and headbutt your opponent's butthole? Like, no. Your head would just get stuck up there. And you just suffocate to death unless this guy drank coffee like 5 minutes before your head got lodged up there, dude. And even then, like, best case scenario, I don't need to tell you what happens next, boys. If you've had coffee in the morning, you know what happens next, okay? In other words, these guys have literally 0 effectiveness in combat without me. What ensued was about 400 to 400 hours worth of bitch work. I honestly lost track. fix a fence, go find some missing dwarves who, surprise, surprise, got killed. And of course, my guy just scoops up the bones of these dead dwarves like the weirdo he is. It's like my character is just like me. He spent the majority of his life playing games in the basement and not interacting with people. And now that he's out in the world, he's just doing all this socially unacceptable shit. Oh, I found a dead body. Well, why don't I just scoop it up and put it in this nice little side pocket in my backpack, you know? Next, I am tasked with finding a missing dwarf, and a lead suggests that I may find him in a goblin cave near the fishing guild. You know, this cave wouldn't even be a problem if fishermen weren't such puss boys. But unfortunately, you remember your high school hallway? These fishermen are so gaped that they look like that if you look down below. That was kind of fucked up. I didn't mean that. That's disgusting. But I mean, come on, they're just leaving this cave right outside of their guild, and they're just like,
Oh, another adventurer. We'll deal with it. Let's just focus on catching mackerel.
and they're just sitting there while a live-ass human being is being dragged into that cave, and one of the fisherman's kids is like,
Daddy, there's a man being dragged.
and the dad's just like,
Hey, son.
shut the fuck up!
And look straight ahead, okay? Look, I got a mackerel. Mommy going to be very happy tonight.
So I have no idea where to look, but I go where most of the goblins are. I attempt to search through a box and get attacked for it. Isn't that curious? It's almost as if something is inside a box. There's so many boxes and so little time. Let's begin the search. Box number 3. Box number 13. Box number 320. Oh shit, what the fuck is that? What is that thing? Put it back in the box. Put it back in the box. Okay, apparently this little midget is a dwarf. These quests are getting dark, bro. Now you've got child trafficking themed quests in RuneScape, and you're cool with this, buddy? Makes me sick. I go back to the captain, and he needs me to fix his cannon now. Like, holy shit. These guys don't realize it, but they were about a half hour away from being conquered before I showed up. That's me putting on my doctor clothes. Let's diagnose this cannon. Please cue the game show drama soundtrack. Seems like these are tools. This is another tool of tools. Lots of tools. Decision. Does Matt use a bot and still only get 1000 XP a day? Possibilities. Hinge turns gear. Science. Spring selects spring. Fuck shit tits. Moving along. Unfazed. Penis probe thingy fixed. Adderall is really kicking in. Everything looks like a penis. Oh shit, we fixed it. I literally just spaced out. I don't think this Adderall's working. I really hope people don't use my videos as a quest guide. Slayer Music's guides are just a tad better. Oh look, God's mistake needs more help. Oh my gosh. I make my way to a dwarf encampment to literally find out what ammo the cannon needs. Who hired this guy? And why didn't they use him as the cannon ammo instead? Oh, it turns out the cannon fires cannonballs. Who would have thought? Well, I can safely say every person on planet Earth would have thought, unless its name is Captain Logwaff. Say hi, Captain Logwaff. Wave at the camera if your brain can compute what a wave is, and it looks like it can't, because you're an idiot. I tell Logwaff this startling revelation, and he's just like absolutely shocked by this development. He's like, cannonballs in a cannon? The fuck is wrong with you, boy? Quest complete, but not before asking for a cannon for myself. The captain tells me I need to head back to the dwarf encampment to get a cannon, and so I do. What he did not communicate to me is that it would cost 750,000 freaking dollars. But guys, I'm not a noob anymore. I killed Bandos, and then I killed him again. And again. It's like, why do you keep coming back to life? You know I'm gonna kill you. And I made some serious fat stacks from frying that overgrown goblin. I purchased the cannon, ready and confident that I will be able to finally AFK range my way to level 75. I go to the Grand Exchange next and buy a disgusting amount of cannonballs. I bought more cannonballs than Matt has gold. 4,000. Noob. Now I get tipped off that using the dwarf cannon on lizardmen is the play to make. I know exactly where to find the lizardmen. A tribe of them assaulted me while I tried to find Konar several episodes back. Spit at me all you want. You'll all be dead soon anyways. Remember when they made Cersei walk through the streets in shame? Remember how she fucked up the entire cast of Game of Thrones after that episode? So yeah, spit all over me, lather me up, because if history's any indication, this will allow me to fuck you up in the next episode, okay? Why? Okay, we'll just place it out here. What do you mean? Why? Who? Now I'm freaking poisoned. I'm getting a train run on me by Barney's cousins, and this fucking cannon won't deploy. Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage. In a previous episode, I saw someone using the cannon in the Chasm of Fire. Let's go try that next. Cool. This is going well. I could have been level 75 already if I stuck to those shitty ass crabs. I finally ask my clan chat what to do here, and they tell me the ogres west of Yanil is where I'll reach Clapcheap Nation. The problem is, literally every RuneScape player seems to know about this spot. I had to hop worlds so many times that RuneScape could literally turn world hopping into the next skill, and I'd be the first level 99. And there's no no pride in that cape, because they would see it and they'd just be like, oh wow, dude, you got really good from running from a fight, eh? What are you, some kind of pussy or something? And I'm like, chill out, bro. You're playing RuneScape, living a second life because your wife left you for her personal trainer, Chad, from the gym, you know? Like, don't even come at me, dude. I finally find a world, and using this cannon is the most involved I've ever had to be while playing RuneScape. Like, are you kidding me? You gotta manually reload this thing every time it runs out of 20-foot cannonballs, and on top of that, the XP gain is literally slower than, well, honestly, the progress of this series. I really need to cut back on my hours at work. After threatening my entire clan with the clan ban for convincing me to get this stupid cannon, I immediately after pleaded for their help, like not even 10 seconds later. They told me to lick my own taint, and I said that's physically impossible. You don't think I've tried? They told me to get an imbued magic shortbow and amethyst arrows. Wait, oh no. They're about to suggest I train on... Next episode, you know what time it is. Do I owe my clan 8 million gold, or do they owe me nothing because I messed up and this was a very one-sided bet? Next episode is Chad. Hell yeah, brother. That should come out before 2022. Subscribe, hit the like button, you know how it goes. Alright, take care.